Yo, 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 everyone, welcome. Boom. In the fucking way. We'll wait for a few more people to join. Just write in the comments section if you can hear me. Let me know, guys, in the comment section. Just type in there whether you can hear me clearly, all right, and you can see the screen right now. Bitcoin. We hear you. Yes, K. Albert. Right, don't forget to like this video. Cool. Right, everyone can see Bitcoin. Just putting it in the socials. Right, the real question is though, are we in a bear market? Because we're seeing words thrown around like the big R word, recession. Right, where should I throw myself? Should I throw myself up here today? There we go, I'm in the top right today. So yeah, we're seeing the word recession thrown around, the big R word, right? The big old R. And, well, what's quite funny is when that R word gets thrown around, you either get a bounce, or number two, it's the bottom. 99% of the time. So what we'll do here is we'll go to the weekly time frame. We'll wait for a few more people to join as well. Look, so I'm going to go on total. I'll start off on total, and look, here we go. Last week, I'm not sure if I posted this one on YouTube or I posted this in my private trading community, but look, this was my level down here. This is where I was expecting to go to 2.56 trillion. Look, here we go, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, breakout turns to support. Look, and there's one thing to note here. If you're going to take something, right, every single time in trading, right? This is going to be a lesson, right? This is going to be a lesson. Good lesson. Right. So every single time in trading, what you get? Resistance, rejection. Resistance, rejection. Resistance, rejection. Now, most people think, wow, the SR level's getting stronger because we touched it more. Well, you could argue that, but it always depends on the context. However, the strongest reaction is when you break out and then it retests for the first time on the higher time frame. That's the caveat, not on like the 1 minute. So resistance here, literally breakout turns to support. And the more time you spend above that level, the better. The more time you spend time and distance away from that level, the better. Because when you come back down to test it, this is going to provide, number one, at least a bounce, maybe a lower high before price obviously does keck itself and, you know, fall off the face of the cliff if it does. Or this is the bottom. Maybe it even does something like this. Depends on the market context. It comes down, it squeezes everyone underneath because we've now closed below, everyone, and then Nan gets bearish, recession, word, then price goes higher into at least those highs there. But yeah, that's kind of obviously just this context here, right? Let's zoom out. That's the education lesson. Let's zoom out into this area here. Oh, when would you look at that? That's exactly what I just described, and I called this weeks in advance. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. A little bit of a overshoot there, obviously. Then we come across and look where we are right now. This was so we'll zoom in. That's on the weekly time frame. This is still total, and this is where we're bouncing from now. Okay, we're bouncing from this level. Now that's what I called a week ago. So what do I expect from here? Well, the same again, really. Now, we have already tested this level. Now I'm going to make a new level just because, as I said, we can squeeze underneath. Potentially we can come down to this 2.3, whatever, 2.34 trillion. So I'm on total market cap here, bear in mind, total market cap. So it's not, you know, the exact one, but it's nothing to trade about. It's not an exact trade. It's just something to give you a factor of confluence when you are entering your trades, because when you enter your trades, you want to feel confident. You don't want to feel, ooh, I don't know if I should enter this one or not. You want to feel confident going into your trade. So it can squeeze. So what we use is we use the total as a factor of confluence on our main trades. Let's say if we're trading Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, or not ETH, but any of the other shitcoins. Right, so let's go in on the daily here, okay? Right, so we still have, so this is the daily time frame, okay? So we're still obviously not reclaiming back above levels yet. This is going to be a key area here, this level, because as you can see, support here, support here, support here, provided a little bounce into there, and now we're underneath, right? This is not an unfamiliar situation on Bitcoin, because let me zoom back out, and the same again here, right? We've seen this before. We've seen this kind of price action before, where it's support here, support here, support here, support here. We've broken back below everyone and their nan and their granddad and their nan's dog are screaming this is going lower. Then it gets back above, and then boom, you get the rally there. Same again. You get the big liquidation, hard and fast. Hard and fast. Then, once the hard and fast is done, price, this is the bottom here. Then price obviously rallies up higher. Now, seeing something like that here, potentially we do something like this. We pump up into here. You get something into here, right? Into takeouts, just up into these levels here, resistance there. Then you get something hard and fast straight into there, boom. Then obviously you continue higher. So I'm not saying that this is the exact bottom forever. You just buy all your shitters and then forget about everything, because price is never going to go back below this level ever again. That's not exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that these levels here are going to provide a bounce, and that's currently what we're seeing, right? We're currently seeing that on total. Now I'm mapping out a scenario here where this can rally up to at least up here, then have a nuke straight into here, very, very similar to like this situation here before we rally up. Then obviously you have the nuke, and then you have the big rally up. But what I want to see here is forming a base, right? Because as I said, right, let's go to Bitcoin. I hope that makes sense for everyone so far. If you have any questions, just say yes in the chat if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, say so now, and I will explain it. But before that, because there's a little bit of a delay on YouTube and me actually speaking, so it gives me time to analyze while you write your questions, okay? It's something I'm going to cover on Bitcoin in a minute. Okay, so Bitcoin. Well, same again here. Yes, all clear. Nice. So as you can see, breakout. This one, I said at the time, we did squeeze down to this one here, but resistance here, breakout, retest, rally, sell off. Breakout, support, support. Sure, we squeezed underneath a little bit, but the context stayed the same, okay? Once we got back above, boom, look at that rally. This is where we were taking all the longs previously. We were long in here, all the way up to here. Now, there is one thing to note here that I am a bit cautious about. It's only one thing. So as you can see, this is the first high made here. We didn't take that high. However, we have taken this high here, and then we rejected. That's not me saying this is bearish in any way whatsoever. This is not me being negative. It's just something to take note of. That is literally it. So we're on the weekly time frame here on Bitcoin. This is our support level. End of worst case scenario. You know, as I said, we can nuke into here 70k. Right, maybe we have one more little bounce up here. We make that lower high. Everyone now goes, oh no, lower high. They whip out the old, you know, the old market cycle chart. They start saying, well, you know, and you know the exact market cycle chart that I'm on about here right now. Where are we? Live. Boom. You know the exact market cycle chart. This one, you'll see them whip this out. You'll see them go like this. Guarantee it. I guarantee this one. Right, why is this doing this? Right, transparency, here we go. Guarantee you, as soon as you see this, you'll get people whipping this chart out, right? You'll just get this here. Oh, this is all of this, right? Here you go. Then what you'll see, oh, adjusted it for the wrong thing. Then you get that second little bounce and you get that lower high here. You go, everyone, we just need to cool off for the next rally. You'll see this chart pulled out here. They'll think this is the lower high in this area here before we maybe potentially go into that area there. Maybe we'll wait and see, but I reckon we always see this chart pulled out no matter the day of the week it is. Every day of the week somebody pulls up that chart. But what I'm saying here is, yes, sure, I do think that we may need a little bit more consolidation here. What I'm saying is I don't think that this is just going to go boing, boing, right? What may need to happen is a bit of, you know, consolidation down underneath here. We form the base. Then once we get back above, then we can head to all-time highs. I'm saying it's going to take a few weeks. It's not going to just happen just like that. So with that in mind, how do we trade this? Okay, how do we trade this and get back on board, right? So as I've said, 70k down here is probably the level, okay? Now, if we start breaking below this level here, well, I'm afraid it's literally left, right, good night. And it's going to be a very, very fast, like, zoom. Don't know if anyone's seen that. Dan, the old guy, he goes, Bitcoin is going to zero in a millisecond. Boom! Like that. That's how fast you'll see it. If we start to break below this 69, 73k level, look, you'll get the old Dan. I don't know his second name. I just know he's an old bloke, old angry bloke. Microsecond, millisecond, Bitcoin is going to zero. Boom! And it will just nuke straight into there. So yeah, that's if we start to lose 69k convincingly. Now, what I'm saying here is, I'm not saying like a little overshoot. Like, let's say if we make a lower high here and it comes down and then it does a little overshoot, right? We wick into this level. Then once it gets back above, that's 100% a trigger to go long. So that's kind of what I'm saying here. This is going to be the key level, 73 to 69k. So let's go down on the daily. How do we actually trade this, okay? Yeah, it can be looking at the stock market as well. But for now, This is just, I'm just going to go, I can look at the, potentially later on in the live stream I can. So Bitcoin here, 84, 85k is the key level. Let me go down on the 4 hour because that's the daily time frame, right? Right, we are starting to hold above this level. So we are starting to hold above. So this is key indecision area. Obviously, it is a weekend. It is Saturday. It's not Sunday yet. I usually like to do these streams on a Monday. I always do them on a Monday, preferably inside the Take Profit Collective, and you can check that out in the description below. But here, for this time, I can do it on a Saturday. So we will get some more price action on the Sunday evening to develop and to work with. Okay, the reason why I say that is because legacy markets are shut on the weekend. So if I go here on the CME, we produce gaps. Okay, this is where gaps are created over the weekend. Now, as you can see, this closed on Friday and then it opened on Sunday night here with a little bit of a gap, and that's where we're going. Okay, so whatever price action happens now is, if we, let's say if we magically pump to 94k over the weekend, so be it. We will produce a gap, and those gaps usually 80 to 90% of the time get filled. It's the reason why I say 80 to 90% of the time, because you will always find an exception to the rule. There's probably one years ago that never got filled. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, even that one did get filled here. Here. Okay, maybe they take a long time to get filled, right? They take a long time to get filled. You know, that's the CME one there. So they did get filled, but it was like about a year or two later. Anyway, it doesn't cause a good thing. It doesn't mean that there's good things coming. So anyway, what I would be expecting here, right? Let me go back to Bitcoin USDT, right? So if, let's say we do come back down, out of all worst case scenario, we come down to this 73, 70k region. This is where I'll be looking to buy. Let's say we nuke down to here. We form a range very similar to this. What I'll be looking for is a sweep of these lows to get on board here. Trigger, rally, right? Let's say if we do something similar down here, we start to form a range, we start to form a low. What I'll be looking for is a sweep here, and then I'll get back on board. There'll be my trigger, looking for higher prices up into 84s, 85s, up into the 94s then. However, if we just come down, right? If we come down, we make a higher low, I'll be looking to bid the higher low here. Stop loss below the lows. It'll have to be a bit of a wider stop, but then into this area here, then obviously higher prices into the 94s, just because I would be expecting some relief inside this range here. Okay, let me clean this chart up because I've got some autism squiggles everywhere now. So what I'll be expecting here is to kind of fill out this range. I think these highs here are quite obvious bait. I think some of the highs up here are quite obvious stop losses for late shorts. So obviously there'll be a few stop losses up here. That'll be my target. However, so that's the higher time frame plan down here, if we so get it next week. Does that make sense for everyone? What I'll be looking for, I don't like to set limit orders ever, so I would, the stop loss is adjustable, but something like this, okay? What I would be expecting is something like this. Let's say if we do finally get down there, let's say if we just say we just nuke into here over next week, I'll be looking to bid this area down here, 70s, low 70s, looking for a bounce up into the 94k region. Does that make sense for everyone? It literally looked like that as well. I'll probably refine. I'd be able to go on the lower time frames, obviously, because I'm a professional trader. And I'll be able to get more refined entries and get a lot better stop losses. So just let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Just waiting for a few more to message in the chat. So yeah, that's the higher time frame plan down there. Now the lower time frame plan, if you're not already on board, I'm already long from in this region down here because we've swept the lows. Once we swept, nice one, crypto jack. Because we already swept the lows here. I'm long from down here. I've trimmed some off into these highs, but and then moved the stops to break even. But that one was posted inside. So nice one, AKZ. So look, now we've got the lower time frame. Now this is a little bit more confusing, a little bit more technical, okay? So as I said earlier, we've got this daily level here. Let me go blue. Let me go 3 pixel. So this is daily level here. Now I'm gonna let this one do its thing. Okay, maybe if we'll probably spike into here, spike into there, something like that. Then once we get back above here and hold above, you can kind of take that trade as a breakout trade. You break that down into a mini range. So it would look something. I don't like paying a premium for these kind of. I don't like these kind of trades too much. But if you wanna, because that's why I prefer these pullbacks down underneath here. That's why I said if we do get a pullback into this area. However, if we don't, then you can take the trend continuation, or it's not trend continuation, or the reclaim back above this daily level here. Let price do its thing. There will probably be another trigger underneath here to get a better entry into these highs, but I don't know what it's going to look like just yet because we haven't had this price action develop. So if you do, you can be a bit more aggressive. I think it's riskier in my opinion, but yeah, you can kind of take these trades up here as we reclaim back above this daily level, above 84, 85k here. I know we're above 84k in particular, but as I've shown you here, we're ranging in this area here. So what I'll be looking for is a bit of chop in this area. Let it then reclaim back above this 85s. Then you can take the trade up into these highs here. I don't think it will just go like this, like that. I think it will kind of chop around, and it will start to fill out some of this inefficient price action. So as you can see, very thin move here, very thin move here, very thin move there. What I think it'll start to do is start to fill this out and start to chop and trade in this area here. So what you might get is that if you get a pullback here, then it gives the probabilities of it moving faster up here. But if it pulls up here first, then it will likely pull back into here. Then that'll give you that opportunity to get long into those highs, making it more of a choppier trade. So it actually does depend on what price does first from a kind of probabilities and mathematical standpoint, because we're now in a range, right? That's one range we've now broken down, and we're now making the new range, as I mentioned earlier. So there's 2 ranges here to work with. And when you're in a range, it's more, it's more bot tradey, more algorithmic, less emotions, because, well, some people's emotions are heightened, but the bots take over. So everything reverts back to the mean, which is the middle, average, which is what the mean is, all right? So if you add all of the values up, divide them by 2, you get the mean, right? So in a environment where price likes to ping back to the mean, that's kind of what you're going to see. An overextension in price leads to a ping back, okay? So if we start overextending, very, very similar to this, because as you can see, we had the wick down, it got back above, that was the rally, okay? Because this was an overextension, so you had that knee-jerk reaction backwards, right? And as I'm expecting this price to get filled out now, it won't just be a knee-jerk reaction upwards. It will pull back here first, then get back above, then reclaim higher. I've just spoken. What I'm on about here, the mathematical reasoning in price, is a very, very high level concept. It's not something I've actually really spoken about before, ever. Never. And it's not something that I would expect many people to get. But it's, yeah. Like I would expect now, if price pulls back underneath here, maintaining this low, higher, a high, a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low structure, forming this trend, then we break out above here, then pull back into there, then that gives you the better probabilities of longs up into this area here. Okay, trim some off into these highs here. Don't be greedy. It's not like, I see a lot of traders do this. I must take this trade here. I must hit my entry stop loss target. It must hit my target. I see a lot of people do that, and I think they're quite arrogant. And they're idiots. So the reason being is because the market is always updating. It's always giving you new information. You've taken a trade in this area here based on what you've seen previously, but you are now presented with new information that could change the thesis, your idea thesis of that trade into these highs. So if price starts to get here, it pulls back, then it starts to stall into these. If it just takes this high here and then gets back below and then rejects, and then you just round trip everything, well, then that's your fault, because you were just trying to be greedy for that extra little bit of profit here. Well, that's your own fault, mate. So I see a lot of traders do that. They're a bit anal about it, but that's why they lose in the end, and that's why BIS doesn't miss. So yeah, I hope that's the two main plans on Bitcoin as it stands today. I'm obviously going to do more of these live streams. I'm going to be more consistent with it. So hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, obviously, for the future live streams and future educational content, which is going to be more coming out. Might do a day in the life of BIS BTC, so let me know if that's interest of you. But yeah, hope that makes sense, guys. Just write yes if that makes sense, those two plans for Bitcoin for the week ahead. If not, say, no, it doesn't, BIS. Could you explain this in more detail? And I will do so. Oh shit, sorry. BIS don't miss. Yes, Afshan. I don't think I see Afshan, yeah. You are right, BIS don't miss. Word, James. Nice. Got it. Right. ETH. USDT. Honestly. This coin here has been underperforming forever. So most people would say, oh, please do ETH. I don't want to do ETH, you know, because look at this here. Let me see. Oh, this was my this was my old long area inside TPC. I said price will pull back here, and the TPC is my private trading community, obviously in the description below. This is something I posted ages ago. I expected a pullback into here, then next moment, boom, rally. So I'm actually going to keep this one an update. I've already updated XRP, but you get the point. XRP here. The reason why I've got XRP up is for this reason. Obviously, I've just went on a tangent, but the reason why I've got XRP up is because look at this. November 2022, the day FTX collapsed, right? XRP is up 6.5x. ETH, May, November. ETH is not even up 2x up from last cycle's low. That's how shit ETH has performed this cycle. Dead. Like completely dead. Right? Now is going to be some time where we're going to look through these. Look. Yeah, sure. XRP ETH is coming into some sort of resistance here and a first significant high. So that's a first significant high here. Maybe we overshoot this into these. So maybe we're going to get some consolidation on this. But yeah, I mean, it's it's outperformed ETH. XRP has outperformed ETH. So, I mean, by quite a significant amount, actually. By 8x. XRP has outperformed ETH by 8 times. I'm only doing this because you can see how much it's outperformed. Okay, this is my old bit. This is actually how BIS doesn't miss. I've not opened this chart in ages. This is XRP BTC. I called this obviously here. I reckon we were going to come down to this level. Once we hit this level here, look at that. Boom, into here, target 1. Boom, there, target. We're at target 2 now, and then up here into these highs, right? That's what we're currently seeing on XRP BTC. So this is a really old chart. As you can see, I've just loaded this right here now on this stream. So that's XRP. So XRP has outperformed a lot of coins this year. That's actually caught me by surprise. I wasn't actually if you told me at the beginning of the bull run that XRP would outperform ETH by 8x, I would have probably gone, yeah, right. Good one, mate. Good one. But obviously it has. And I've actually predicted this and traded this, obviously down here, but I wasn't expecting ETH to underperform so badly. But obviously BIS doesn't miss, and we still caught the XRP trades. But yeah, I obviously am gonna, so I will cover ETH. The reason being is because obviously it is a major. Now, I haven't really got too much to say about ETH. However, we are in a support area here. Resistance, tons of support here, tons of resistance, tons of resistance, tons of resistance. And I guess this is the first touch of the thing. But the reason why I'm a bit hesitant is because, look, breakout, support here, support here. Now, potentially we're going to get a bounce on ETH, but it's still down for the week. Everything else is up. So, you know, I will answer your question in a minute. Afshan, I'm just covering ETH. But yeah, well, about cat. But yeah, on ETH, what I would want to see is I want to start to see some reclaims, right? I would want to see this consolidate down here, basically like this. Then, not for long enough. Then once it gets back above 2,100, this low here, and this low here. Once it gets back above and hold above, then I would expect a rally up into this 2,500, then 2,800, and maybe 3,000. That's on ETH. However, if we do start to break below this level here, this green level, 1,917, then ETH is a 3-digit. Oh no. Okay, maybe not. And then ETH is coming down, back down to these green levels down here. And honestly, then it's just going to go from a vacuum into here. Maybe even, what I would do is I'll just wait. May even come down to the sub 1k. Imagine if it does that. That'd be unbelievable. Mental. But yeah, I mean, ETH, right? If it does come sub 1k, then it's interesting. Yeah, that's ETH. I mean, that's the main plan on ETH. All I would wait for on ETH is a reclaim back above this level here after a consolidation. Let it consolidate underneath the level. Once it gets back above, then we'll get back on board, up into this 3,000 at least. It'll give you a big move up into here, 45-50%. Or we wait and we accumulate it at lower prices down here. So is that clear on ETH? Again, ETH isn't my highest performing coin. Don't like ETH this cycle. ETH this cycle has been, I've been spot on. Been spot on ETH this trade, this cycle. However, in fact, I posted a tweet out here in this area here. I said, ETH, this rally is for pussies. I even tweeted it. I said, this rally is for pussies, and we're gonna head higher, and we did head higher into this area here. Obviously, then we've rejected ever since. So that's what I would. That's what I would suggest. Right, Afshan. Okay, I will answer this question because we have come to a suitable stopping point. What do you say? I am holding over 80k's worth of altcoins. Is that dollars? Currency? What currency is that? Because if that's the case, go to my Telegram and DM me and sort something out. But obviously, it's a bit of a long-winded question. You have a few trades and futures. So what should I keep holding altcoins till the next leg up, or is it better stables and trade? Right, cool. Well, look here. There's many things to do about this. I don't know what your goals are. Like these type of questions are very nuanced. So these type of questions are better one-to-one. Well, so you can ask yourself a series of questions. What are your goals? What are your expectations? What are your skill sets? How do you perform best? Is this your all-time high? How long have you been trading crypto? Like many questions that I can't answer like directly on this stream. But I've given you obviously a list there that you can go through and answer yourself. If not, you can DM me and we can have a chat. But yeah, like there's many things to go around this because obviously some coins perform better than others, as we've evidently seen with this Ethereum here. It's underperformed. It hasn't even hit all-time high, right? So for the first time ever, we have total 2. Okay, so total 2 is the crypto market cap. Okay, so this is the total 2. I thought we would hold above this level, but it didn't. That was a different market condition there. Didn't give me the trigger. So in this regard here, on total 2, we never even hit all-time high. Here, total 3, okay? We did, this is the old one. Total 3 here. This was the old one. I said to long your altcoins down here. This is where I made some big calls. I'm not sure if any of you remember. I made some big calls. I made a lot of people a lot of money. And then obviously we pumped. This one, total 3, took its old all-time high. Total 2 never did. So some coins are performing more so than others. So let me go here. Solana USDT, right? Okay, very clear levels here. We've got some clean levels. Solana. This is key. This one has been more of a performer. Sol USD, right? So I've just shown you Solana, and I'm going to go to Solana USD. The reason why I'm doing this is because, actually, it's just Sol market cap. Here. Okay, right. That's the old all-time high. So this here is the key level. Resistance here, deviation, resistance here, breakout, support. Solana has squeezed a little bit more than I anticipated, which is perfectly okay. I anticipated it to this level here, which is fine. We squeezed below. We've just down underneath a little bit more. So this is Solana market cap. The reason why I'm doing this is because this SR level here is clear. And so if I go Solana USDT, the SR level is very different. So, boom. That's the level. It's a very key weekly level here. Because support here, resistance here, it sent the coin to bear market levels. Boom. We had a little poke above here. This is where I was doing my shorting. I posted this in my Telegram, which is free Telegram, in the description below. And I also posted this on X at the time. So this was my shorting level here. Boom. Printed hard off that at that specific time. We went and accumulated here. This was my first ever altcoin trade inside the Take Profit Collective. I told everyone to buy Solana at sub 10. It was around $10-12 here. Before then, it got on the mega rally up here. Now, how is price developing? Price is resistance, support, So resistance now breaks out, turns to support here, and now this is still holding a support here. So how is this going to work? Solana needs to hold this level or it is fucked. Now we can squeeze, obviously, deviations below. Obviously, I'm going to give that. Deviation there. Deviation there. We've obviously wick below. Deviation, whatever you want to do. Failed breakdown. Whatever you want to call it. Of where it fails to break down, gets back inside, pumps a little higher. So again, this is my range on Solana. So I've given you the higher time frame level, this grey box. The higher time frame level is here. Higher time frame, weekly level. We also then have the daily level here, where I expected Solana to pull back, which we did. Then this week, we've just dumped below. So we have, this is resistance here. Now I do expect us potentially, let's say next week, this is a little bit clearer. We've now broken back inside. This is the first time we've broken back inside. What I would be expecting here over the week ahead, now I'm going to do a little bit of a lower time frame trade on Solana for you guys rather than ETH. Let's say if we print a higher low in this area here, we want 128, poke below, get it back above, maybe that's a trigger to go long. Then we're looking for prices into here, 139s, then maybe up into the 152s up here. Take out some of these highs here. Not this one just yet, that's quite high. This one's quite high. This was when the old Donald Trump orange man announced that Solana's a good buy. So that's what I'll be expecting for Solana, okay? Something like this. Pulls back underneath here, maybe get on board. Obviously, I'll pick some up down underneath this area here, but obviously we can't go back in time, so I can only tell you for the week ahead. Something like this. Maybe you can refine that there. Get a 2.5, 3-hour trade out of that one. Trim some off halfway. And then Bob is your uncle and Fanny is your aunt. So does that make sense, everyone? For Solana. So that's Bitcoin. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, does that make sense? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm anticipating for the week ahead. I'm anticipating some more range-bound, choppy environments. And what I'm essentially seeing is whatever the narrative is next. What is the next big narrative? Because, you know, we've currently seen meme coins run. We've seen some AI coins run. We've seen a lot of coins run recently. Now, is it going to be the same again? Because a lot of these meme coins are down a lot, right? I'm going to use Popcat. Cool, nice Afshan. Crypto Jack, cool. So, look. This is here, the weekly level. A lot of these meme coins are down bad, okay? In fact, I would much rather see it on the old deck screener because you have more information. But what I'm kind of saying here is I don't know what the next narrative is going to be. Are we going to see a relief rally on meme coins? Obviously, meme coins have now been going down only since December time. When was the top of this printed in? This was November, December. So that's nearly 3 months, 90 odd days, 190. It's nearly a third of a year. It's gone down only now. So, you know, we might get some relief on them. This is actually an area I expected on Popcat to kind of form a base at this 100 mil area, 100 million, maybe squeeze underneath, but we may have a little pop up into this area here. But that will be when Solana does the old pop up as well. So a lot of these coins are very volatile, very volatile. So, you know, hope that makes sense. So obviously I'm going to whip up the thing in a minute. Hoping L1s obviously depends on, yeah, he's gone. I've already cut. Yeah, depends on what they are, on what the L1s are, because whatever is the leading L1 is, you know, where the action is. Obviously, it always goes the L1, then it goes the other coins, so on and so forth. So obviously, I'm trying to now find this here. So I'm going to cover one coin in particular for you guys. So in the chat, what is my opinion on Sui? You've just asked that. Livius asked that before. So yeah, type in the chat. First come, first serve. Whoever gets the first coin, I'll also analyze that. So yeah, this is a full market cycle on Popcat. So, you know, I do expect us to bounce soon, at least up into the 400s, up here, up at least at some point, at least take out this high up here in the 400s there, 400, maybe squeeze up into here. These are, bearing in mind, meme coins are highly emotional coins. The investors are like super emotional. Like that's why now there is the saying, no crying in the casino. Because these people who invest in meme coins are extremely emotional people. So that's why you see these extreme volatile swings, because, you know, they're unsophisticated investors. You know, 95% that drawdown on Popcat. So, you know, anyway, Ondo it is, Crypto Jack. So I'll do Sui for Livius and then Ondo as well. So Sui, this was here. This is actually my previous analysis. I was actually expecting, I was up here. I was actually expecting price to come down into this level here on Sui. So as you can see here, I was expecting this level here. So, whoa, sorry about that. It's probably not good on your earphones if you're listening. Anyway, that's that out the way. Boom. Sui, this is the level here to hold. That's it. It's a dual eye level right now. If this starts cracking below $2 and holding below $2, obviously it can deviate underneath into this area as we have done before. But I think, again, this is, you know, we've had a big, large correction here on this. Down underneath here, 60, 65%. Underneath here, that's quite a large correction here. I think it'll be some time for relief, at least up into here. $2. So this will be a trade potential on Sui, okay? If we do come down into there, into this area, get back above, that'll be one too many pullbacks, obviously. Here, pullback underneath, breakout, down resistance, break down resistance, break down resistance, break down resistance. It ain't going to give you the fourth, fifth time. It's like, you know, the market doesn't do the same thing forever. So the laws of mathematics and the laws of probabilities mean that if we do poke belief this $2, get back above $2, that'll be a good area for a long up into $3 here. 50% move, very, very nice. Okay, obviously $2, add $1, 50%, 45, 70, 45, 7%. There we go. That's Sui. That's the TA on Sui. Hope that's good enough for you, Livius. But I hope that $2 level holds. So, Ondo. That's my old previous squiggles. As you can see, I've not touched this chart in a while. Ondo. Ooh, it's a bit of a... I don't actually like how Ondo trades, to be honest. It trades very awkwardly. So what I would want to see... In fact, it does trade nicely. It does trade nicely. So, Ondo here. Right, we've had this consolidation here. We had then had this rally here. So I'm whipping out all the tools now. As you can see, I'm whipping them all out. We've got the multi-directional rectangles here. Obviously, that is what all the hedge funds use. Don't give away these secrets here, but this is what all the hedge funds use. They always use diagonal rectangles. That's the top drawer stuff here. So as you can see, but you'll see how amazing this is right now. So These are just clear market cycles. What I want to see on Undo, right, is this. Okay. Boom. Now I can squeeze a little bit lower again. If you go back to the start of the stream here, you'll be able to see my Bitcoin analysis plan. So what I'm saying here is, what I would want to see on Ondo now is this kind of consolidation. It can squeeze a little bit lower into here, but what I would want to see on Ondo is this cycle repeat itself just at a higher level. Let's say if I anticipate this bull market to continue, if we fail to hold the level I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream, the bull market is on hold for the rest of the year. We won't hit new all-time highs again for the rest of this year if that level breaks, as I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream. So if you're later to join, just watch it back when it's fully posted. Or on here right now, as you can see, we launched all the way down here, uptrend, market cycle top, downtrend, consolidation, perfect market cycle. It then, Ondo had another rally popped, comes back down. Now what I want to see is price consolidate in this area here for another, I don't know much about this coin by the way, for another little rally up here. I don't know if I'm not saying this is going to go do the same again, but at least another little rally up into this high here, 1.18, then potentially 1.5. Then we'll see if it goes on the mega moon mission back up to all-time high at 2.1 or in this area here. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. So for you on Ondo Crypto Jack. So yeah, I said I would only do one, but I'm gonna do two more in this chat, and then cool. So super, dead. Not even interested in that. Look, the dead, just dead. It launched here in 2021, had its rally, is nuked hard. It's come back down. Resistance here. Look, if you are interested in this, I mean, I don't know. This needs to hold. I don't know about anything about this coin. Don't know what narrative it is. It probably sounds like a gaming coin. But yeah. I would wait for Ondo to break out of the box, and I wouldn't just buy Ondo just down here. I would wait for Ondo to break out the box. Cool. And then that's that on that one. So super. Have I covered super? I've just done it now. Supra. When the fuck have I charted this one? I don't remember this. Anyway, Supra. I don't know what this is. Don't know what the narrative is here. But that needs to hold. That's it. I'm presuming you're holding this already. I'm not. This is not something that I would buy. This is not something that I would be interested in. These altcoins, by the way. These are just recommendations from you guys that I'm just covering. That I do every single week inside my private trading community. So if you would like, I do this every week. So if you have anything you want me to cover, I cover what I'm looking for, the best performing altcoins, and I cover the best performing charts and the best performing trades, obviously. I always cover that every single week inside my trading community, the Take Profit Collective. So if you would like to see those trades every single week and then do a Q&A, literally like this, where you suggest a coin, I will analyze it for you, tell you what I think about the coin, etc., etc., then you need to go down to the description below and click on Take Profit Collective and join my private trading community, because there's a lot of traders in there that made a lot of money and do very well. So if you would like to be part of the team of BISBTC, then you can join us and do so. So yeah, obviously this is an old chart that I posted as well on Bitcoin. I forgot I even had this one. But yeah, as you can see, I called this drop. As you can see, I called this drop from down here and was expecting price to come into this area here and bounce. So, you know, BIS don't miss, guys, isn't it? So I hope that makes sense, guys. if you would like more, I'm going to do a live stream over the weekend again on Sunday night or Monday night with my private trading community in the description below. Take Profit Collective. You can join in there. And if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to ask. And I'll see you all guys later. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe as well. So it helps boost, and I'll do more of these live streams. Who was my mentor? I'll answer this question. That's a good question. Honestly, CJC_NZ. Nobody was my mentor. I actually learned by myself. I do have, like, genuinely, nobody was my mentor. I learned by, in fact, I'm going to tell you a little story here, because I've seen a few of you drop off when I said I was going to end this, and I didn't end this. So you should always stay ready, because you never know what's going to come. That's like a lesson in life, you know. Just because I've said I was going to go means I didn't go. It's like one of those, when your boxing coach or one of your coaches says, you know, this is it, this is the last round, and then he tricks you and there's more information. So anyway, oh fuck me, it was a long time ago. I've been trading for over 8 years now, 7-8 years, however long, do the maths. 2025, I started trading. In fact, I first found out about Bitcoin in this area here. I thought it was for geeks and nerds. I thought it was a bit of a scam, to be honest. Then I saw somebody turn $100 into $2,000 in 2 weeks. So I was like, well, I'm going to put the rest of my money in. You know, I'll put all of my money in. So that's what I did. I put all of my money in, and I bought Bitcoin above this swing high here. As you can see, resistance. I bought Bitcoin here, up in this area here. And of course, you know, of course I didn't make any money. I bought a bunch of altcoins as well that people said was amazing, that were the next best thing since sliced bread, and we're going to overtake. What is the next Bitcoin? Because bearing in mind, Bitcoin hadn't established itself back here. This was like the first time it had any sort of publicity. And they were all saying, this is the next Bitcoin, this is the next Bitcoin, right? Up here. Anyway, price then falls, I lose everything. I'm still here. I lost everything by this point because I bought altcoins that went 99%. I had some money left over because I had it in Bitcoin, because obviously I was having a diversified portfolio, of course. And anyway, it was at this point I kept buying the dip on credit cards as well. I kept buying the dip, bought credit cards, got them out. And it was this point here. And in my gut, so all the influencers were still saying, bull market is back. It's literally like this. We're going to V-shape reversal again and run back to all-time highs. Well, we've done the V-shape reversal here. We've done the V-shape reversal every other time. So, you know, this is everyone else's logic. We're going to get a V-shape reversal here and bounce into this area here. Okay. And I thought to myself, I literally learned the basics on baby pips. That was it. Support and resistance. And I was like, well, we need to flip this first. So I was like, I don't think it's going to flip. There was also one guy in particular on Twitter. He is actually vanished now. His account is deleted because he only had like 3,000 followers at the time. And he called the top. I gave him a bunch of abuse because I was brand new. I was very young. I was like 18, 19 years old. Was saying, no. Obviously I put my life savings in. Gave him a bit of abuse. Obviously I take it back now. I did speak to him in the meantime. But he said that this was going to be a bear market. And that's how I started to learn about cycles. But he's vanished now. I think he's got too rich. He doesn't even post. He doesn't even trade. I think he's literally retired. But anyway, it was at this point here where everyone else was bullish. And I was like, nah. This is not going to new all-time highs. Because obviously with this other guy's help, it wasn't just all me. But it was pretty much me on my own. With this decision making on that. And that was that. And obviously price then came down, and that was at the moment then where I was like, well, I can only trust myself on this because, you know, nobody else is going to come help me. So I did see SZ and EXO at the time. Obviously, they were more around. I only started to find out about them in this period here, and on beyond. In fact, I didn't follow anyone from here on in. From like this period here, I only saw them briefly. So yeah, I didn't learn off them in particular. In fact, I only knew about EXO in 2021. 21 and onwards, up around this area here. So, you know, most of my stuff has just been self-taught. I lose money. How do I fix this situation? How do I stop this from happening again? And so on and so forth. That's how I learned, through pain, losing money, curating my trading system throughout this period here, watching the 1 minute time frame constantly. No joke. I had this on my phone. At work, I was an engineer at the time, electrical engineer, and I was just literally watching price action on the 1 minute time frame, watching how price moved, watching and feeling how the emotions of crypto Twitter were extremely emotional over each individual piece of volatility. So let's say if this is the range here, they get extremely bearish at the lows, it gets back inside. That's obviously a trigger then, and then we go higher. That's like how I learned, was vigorously watching the 1 minute time frame over and over again. Now I don't actually suggest that to many people because it's not fun to seriously just sit on a weekend like this. I was now whipped it to the 3 minute time frame, but as you can see, like and then I would have all these levels, this level here marked out, and then I'll have this level here marked out as well, and then over the weekend. So let's say I go to sleep, I would then see how the price has developed over my plan, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's how price moves. Like for instance here, this wicks into here, okay, great, gets back inside, boom, rallies higher. Okay, so that's a good, literally example of how that works. I don't scalp at all, by the way. I don't scalp. It's a lot of noise and it's highly frustrating. But this scenario here, as you can see, this closed above, like the beginner Biss would long this here and then cut this here, because I would be like, yeah, this is correct, but then I would hate it that I'm down. I would just hate being in the negative. I don't like being in drawdown. I didn't at the time. I wasn't comfy sat in drawdown because I already lost a lot of money. So what I would do is I would long here, cut the trade here, thinking it's bad, but then over time I would adjust that, saying, well, actually, I'm actually correct. Like, longing here was not a bad idea because I got the direction of price correct. So then I would refine the adjustment. How do I get better entries? And it all depends on the scenario here. It depends on how price sets up. Does it wick below like this, gets back inside, gives you that perfect retest there? Not all the time. Price doesn't always do that for you. Does this here, comes inside, doesn't give you that retest. It gives you this consolidation here, which means that you can get in at these lows down here if you're so aggressive, if you are more aggressive, or breakout retest. It always gives you another entry. That's how I've then developed price and adjusted over the years, because obviously price is fractal over different time frames. So I hope that answers your question, CJCNZ. Obviously it's yeah, I've genuinely not gone to anyone to learn in particular. That's why I do these things, because when I was learning, that's why I have this YouTube channel now, and that's why I have my private trading community as well, because when I was learning, I didn't have those things, and I didn't have anyone that was open and honest and could literally answer reel off questions. You ask me a question, I can answer it. It was all nobody showing their face either. Nobody put their voice behind their stuff at the time. It was all anons just talking, tweeting, you know. So that's exactly why I do these things now, because it is exactly what I wanted when I was learning. So yeah, I hope that answers your question if you're still here. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I mean, I've literally watched a lot of 3-minute price actions here. I mean, there is some good trades on here. I don't watch the 3-minute chart as much anymore. Like the reason being, I don't do this. The reason being I don't watch the 3-minute time frame anymore is because look at this. There's probably two trades out of this area here. 2 trades. This is this one here, that long back inside, or there's this one here, in here, gets back above. Okay, the reason being is because look at this here. This is me, right? Why has this done this? That's on the telescope. Don't want to be on the telescope. Thank you. Yeah, of course. I've been where most people have been. So this is like 1 day. This is like 1 day, 4 hours, right? And there's 2 trades within here. Now, if I'm starting off from scratch again, like when I had all of my money stolen from me in FTX, I had $5 million stolen from me in FTX, had to start again from $3,000. Sure, I would be on this time frame because I want the monies, you know. I would be on this time frame, grafting away. That's what I would suggest for most people. However, I can afford not to now, right? So what I do is I just wait. I'm patient. And I wait and then trade the higher time frame swing. So I can trade the lower time frame. That's not a problem. It's just, do I want to sit at the charts for a day and 4 hours to take a couple of trades? I don't at the moment. It's not what I do. There will probably be a time when I want to do that again, but I can just pick and choose when I want to do so. You know, so there's always money to be made in these markets. It's like 24/7. Like there's trillions of dollars moving across all markets every single day. So that's one of the things I like to say is scalping. Not scalping, I hate that word. But lower time frame trading, right? It's a very, very fine sport. It's like a sport. You need to be highly, highly aware of what you're doing. Like this is, you know, it's quite volatile as well. Like you're getting, that's about 1% here, 2-3% moves. Okay, it's not that volatile, but it's $1,000 on Bitcoin, right? So if you're buying with 3-4 Bitcoin, you can make what if you're buying here, up here, 3 Bitcoin there. That's what, $3,000. Do it again. That's $6,000 you made in a day. It's not bad. It's all right. But you can just zoom out and make a few $100,000 on one trade and trade less. Obviously, that's the end game. You know, you gotta start small and then work your way up. That's just trading. That's just life. That's life. That's not even just trading. That's life. Like if you start a brand new sport, you got to go start from the scratch. You got to learn the fundamentals. You got to do the hard stuff. You got to do the hard stuff that nobody wants to do, and that's why success in anything is difficult. Thanks, Biss. Do I trade any particular session? Incorrect. No, it's not incorrect. Apologies. That's rude of me. How rude of me. No, I do not trade a particular session. I trade anything. I just trade the charts. If I'm trading, the only type of session that I would try to kind of trade is I just wouldn't. I mean, there's always nuances. I would take trades. I just take trades when they set up. Like it doesn't matter. It's crypto. It's 24/7. I just take the charts when they set up. I'll set the alerts on my phone when price comes down. So what will happen is when price comes down into my levels, my screen time will go up. When it's not in my levels and it's not in my areas to do business on the higher time frame, I simply go out and enjoy life. I just do what I want when I want, you know. So that is the beauty of trading. It's like being on call, right? It's like you're being a doctor. I'm just imagining me being a doctor right now, just sat at home chilling, and then somebody calls, oh, I don't know, I've trapped my finger. Can you come and help it? And then, yeah, you go get ready. It's like being on call, you know. So it's the same. I'm being on call waiting. It's like Bogdanov. You know, I'm waiting for him to go, hello, bis, dump it. No problem, Bogdanov. I'll dump the markets for you. And then I'll dump the markets, you know. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I just wait for the charts there. And sorry, somebody else, Ashfan, said about Popcat. I never actually fully answered that. Do I expect price to go below 10 cents? Well, not necessarily, but it can happen. But at these levels, it's all about the same, right? It can squeeze down to 80 mil. But again, I think then it goes up to, say, 300, 400 mil, 500 mil. That's to... he did mention it here. Can I reply directly? No. Anyway, that's to this guy's comment. I think that's the range here anyway on Popcat. Let's zoom in. How many days? It depends on the market. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. About how many trades do I take per week, and it's based on how I feel. So yeah, I do also expect on the lower time frames that this should be a good low here on Popcat. We may get one more run of the lows, but once that gets back inside, then I think we should head higher up into there. Yeah, this is just some lower time frame trading here. So, and plus, Popcat is so volatile that the lower time frame trading is very hard to do. That I wouldn't even recommend to do that. So I'm just showing examples of where I think the price is going to bottom, because obviously you've got resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. This is the same level. It's all the same. This is very similar to the 85k level on Bitcoin. If we see a reclaim back above 200 mil, we're going to see a sustained rally up into these levels here, at least 300 mil there. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, I've obviously gone over and beyond on this, but yeah, and I've answered a lot of questions. So I hope that answers your questions, guys. If you want any more questions, or you want to join my future live streams, I'm going to host another live stream, probably Monday, maybe tomorrow night, or Monday, inside my private trading community, which is in the description below. And we've printed many millionaires this cycle already. You can go on the website and you can see all of the testimonials on there of how many millionaires we've created. We created quite a few inside. So yeah, check that out in the description. And yes, oh yes, Crypto Jack, you did mention SPX 500. Previously. Just let me load the chart up. If the chart doesn't load, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do here. But I'm going to do SPX 500. And then that's that. Right. Now, if we do dump from here, it's this level. I'm not going to... There we go. It's this one here. That'll be a good area for a bounce. However, let's go on the 4 hour. We are shaping up this as a consolidation area. If we do get it beforehand, do you do more down on stock market or more up from the recent bounce? Look, there's the range. Okay. Now if we break down from this range, this is the beauty of my trading, right? My target will be up here, target 1 here, target 2 up here. Okay, right, this is the beauty of my trading. We've got a range here. There's your highs, there's your lows. If we don't break above and it triggers the trade, we don't take the trade. So if we don't break back above here, like this, there's your trigger to go higher, up into here. Then what do? We wait for price to develop. It will drop into this area here, and then we take the trade from there to go higher up into there. So then we have both scenarios for both ways. So I hope that makes sense, guys. It just depends on the stock market. Obviously, that's a very, very, very quick way of explaining. But yeah, if we do break back above this range here, gives us a trigger, it will chop around, gives us a trigger to go long. Then I'm looking to trade this back up into here. So yeah, that's it for the live stream, guys. Hope that makes sense. If you have any more questions, obviously go to my Telegram or go down in the description and go on the Take Profit Collective. So yeah, that's it for this week, guys. I'm going to do a lot more of these, so don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Peace. Obviously there's a delay, so I'm just waiting for the delay.